Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving into Open Great League with a powerful team. Shadow Granbull is amazing up in front, able to farm down a lot of those neutral matchups, and Deoxys is no change at all on that outcome. So we're just gonna go ahead and completely charm down, but as it seems my opponent has to bring their safe switch into play. This is gonna mean that we can still put some pressure on their side with the crunch, just a potential close combat bait, and of course right after taking the shield, we're just gonna switch out into our Medicham. This will do so much damage on that Pokemon at a point that they can withstand it, but still we're gonna be able to farm down before they do exactly that on our side. So we're gonna take this very close mid section victory against that Lickitung, and now we're still gonna go for the Ice Punch for some cheap damage on that Deoxys. So Deoxys is obviously a very good generalist for the meta, but with this amount of HP that it kinda has right now, we can still farm down with our Bastiodon without being afraid of using our final shield on this Bastiodon of our own. So down they go at the back, they have a Charmer, and not any Charmer at all, just a Ninetales, which means that we have secured our victory. As you can see here, I'm running Flash Cannon. I don't think we're gonna see it ever used on this video, so Stone Edge is obviously gonna be the better choice of your own. The only reason that I'm using Flash Cannon here is because I'm running low on charged TMs, and when I built this Bastiodon, which is a heavily excelled one, I had Flash Cannon as the recommended move here, so yeah, I did not switch that out at all. So I'm just gonna play with Flamethrower and Flash Cannon for this entire video, while Stone Edge is obviously gonna be the better choice. Into the next battle now, we're having a very bad lead against Bastiodon up in front, but on the end game, perhaps we can have the last laugh with our close combat up against that Pokemon. Only time will tell. So down we go here to the Victory Bell, but still we took both of them shields out of the way, which is ideal for our Granbull for the end game. Seeing the Victory Bell and the Bastiodon makes me think that at the back has to be either a Deoxys or a Medicham or a Sableye, but instead they have a double grass, a complete grass whole team with that Meganium of their own, and obviously here they're gonna overfarm a lot. Hopefully though we can still survive with our Bastiodon and we can still go in with our Granbull. By blocking here, we can kinda guarantee the farm down on that Meganium, but they're gonna switch out, and this is a race now to the charge attack, which we can win with the CMP, the close combat to one-shot down the whole Bastiodon out of existence, and one more charm for the Meganium, and that is gonna conclude this battle into a charming victory. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having Quagsire up in front. This Pokemon is always tricky because it can take both of our shields out of the way pretty fast before we even reach to a move, and we are not even gonna sweat about it because they might have the 2 shield flex here, but we have the farm down coming up with our Granbull. Doing so now, we can guarantee that we can take at least 1 shield back at our side, and as you can see here now, we can have the perfect alignment. So what I want to do at this point is to feint with my Granbull obviously, and then bring my Bastiodon up against that Serperior. Most probably they're gonna have something like a fighter at the back. I want to avoid that, and we can survive all those hits that they're gonna throw, so why not bring our Bastiodon into play at this point. So Flamethrower now, and because they sealed it, I'm just gonna switch out to my Medicham over here, and right after we're gonna see that they have a flyer instead of a fighter at the back. So this is looking kinda scary for us right now, because they might have Bubble Beam, which can still be kinda problematic for my Bastiodon, but most of those Mantins do not even run the move Bubble Beam, they have Aerial Ace and Ice Beam. So what I want to do at this point is to completely farm down with my Smackdowns over here, and with that Mantin out of the way, we can still have enough energy to threat that Serperior out of existence with a simple Flamethrower now that they are energy dry, and we're gonna take this victory once again. Gonna lag a little bit here, I'm not sure if that is on Niantic side or my opponent just leaving and then I had to lag, but anyways, this is gonna be a very good win for my team. So against Deoxys once again, and right here I'm just gonna go straight for the farm down. but when they throw the first move, they always have back-to-back Psycho Boost, and still I cannot risk it for the biscuit by letting that move go through, because right after they might snipe us down with their next Pokemon. However, this trainer has a Vigoroth at the back, and this is a very easy team to predict because they have a counter user up in front, a counter user in the face of Vigoroth at the back, so the third Pokemon has to be either Obstagoon or Scrafty, not even Medicham, one of the other two. So able to farm down here with those counters, and now we still have kind of a good amount of energy to threat even that Deoxys if they return into the battle. But my opponent here has now Scrafty because they definitely want to avoid the matchup with my Granbull, and obviously here we're just gonna charm down this Pokemon with a single charm even from that HP range. So yeah, now this Deoxys can return, but still we can farm with the remaining charms, and that will conclude this battle into an amazing victory. So against Azumarill now, this Pokemon is pretty thick, they can survive pretty easily our charms, but all we have to do here is to block at least once and still go ahead and push down that HP of their own. Getting super close here to another one, this definitely has to be a CMP, so I'm just gonna throw my Crunch, try to take at least one shield in the process out of their Pokemon. So by doing that now, we have 0 shields, but they have 1 instead of 2, and we can still farm down with our charms. And this is trainers what I was talking about before. You need to have the upper hand with any neutral matchup with your Shadow Granbull, so that then the alignment on the backline can be absolutely perfect. However, as I remember here, this shiny Registeel is gonna throw, look at the move, okay, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, it is a Flash Cannon. So yeah, another one is imminent and we're gonna be left almost with no HP in no time at all. Who is using Flash Cannon? Apparently this trainer. So anyways, now at the back they have the Deoxys, because they still have some energy on actually HP on that Registeel. We're just gonna leave this battle since we stand no chance at all. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having this Lantern up on the lead, followed up by a switch to Charizard. This means now that Wallface can go in and start farming down with those Smackdowns. Charizard stands no chance at all over here, and now let's wait for the next Pokemon to return. To be fair, I was expecting the Lantern, but instead they are gonna bring Registeel, which is kinda weird. And of course, if they had the Lantern and we had no Stone Edge like we do over here, we could have done almost no damage at all. But obviously Stone Edge is the better move instead of Last Cannon for your Bastiodon. So Medicham now with a Psychic to finish off this unsuspected Registeel, and of course now with Lantern returning and we have 2 shields, there is nothing to worry about, and they're just gonna leave this battle. Into the final one now, trainers, and we're having Galvantula up in front, followed up by a Stunfisk. So obviously this is gonna be a very good mid battle for us, and we can still guarantee that we can have the upper hand on that Galvantula. However, they're still getting so much energy on their side, and they're gonna get there now to the CMP, but we can win it towards our end. So Ice Punch now is gonna finish off this Pokemon, and we have enough HP to threat them using a shield or the remaining energy before we reach to that next Psychic. So with that in mind now, we're just gonna return to the battle with our Bastiodon, and once again we do not have Stone Edge. I don't know what I was thinking, okay, but having no charged TMs is a problem right now, a big issue for Pokemon Go PvP, so Niantic really needs to do something about it. So anyway, still we're gonna reach that Flash Cannon for some cheap damage on the Azumarill, but as it seems even the Play Rough will not be enough to finish us off, and now with our Granbull returning, we can easily farm down whatever remains, I mean that whatever remains at the back, even that Galvantula, and we're gonna take this victory eventually. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, smash that like button to make this video kinda viral on the Pokemon Go PvP community, and of course become a subscriber if you already haven't. Over here I have 2 videos for you to watch more of my content, and with that said, see you all into the next one.